Before the first wrist can be taped, before the first concussion can be evaluated, before any student athlete can be treated on or off the field, there is you, the donor. Have you ever wondered how your donation is used and how children are affected by your generosity? This video was created to shed some light on the impact your donation has and how taking care of these young athletes helps them and the community now and in the future.
Donors often want to know what their support buys. Derek's story is an example of what their donations buy.
I'm Derek Lynch, and I'm coaching here at Manchester West as an assistant varsity coach and head JV coach.
Derek Lynch got injured in the senior season. We were looking for a big season from him. He started out well, and then he got an ACL.
I got injured going against Salem, where I was about to tackle someone at the end of the game, and then unfortunately one of my own players came in and they hit me in the knee, and they ended up tearing my ACL completely and halfway on my MCL. Just demoralizing for me. I was going to college to play football. I had a lot of schools looking at me at the time, and all of a sudden I was not able to play any football. There was a small but possible chance I could play if I was to strengthen all the muscles around my knee.
He ended up at Safe Sports Network. They rehabbed him. He busted his butt to get better. They worked his knee out so hard to get him back to play, he used to cry, which was awesome, which what I thought was awesome. Being an old-time coach and knowing how hard he worked, he came back and helped us win the state championship that year. He came back his senior year after having an ACL.
Safe Sports really actually kind of educated me in a way, without me even knowing it, of how to take care of yourself and how to recover quicker.
When I go to a game, I can look down on that field and know that trainer's there with all their bags and everything they need to help out. And once a kid's injured, the first one on the field is that trainer.
Taking care of injuries and getting kids safely back on the field is Safe Sports at its most visible. But that's only the tip of the iceberg.
I never knew how much work and preparation went in from the trainer's side.
There's a lot that goes into making sure kids are as safe as they can be, and it all starts before the season does. All of it is really behind the scenes.
Even before we start the season, we have CPR training. We have training with drop the dummy, where all of a sudden we make sure that we know where the AED is, and we do all the right procedures. Looking for concussions, asking the right questions.
We have emergency action plans that are reviewed every year and updated and then reviewed with coaches. And they're not just read, they're actually practiced. And we incorporate the athletes as well when we practice emergency action plans. So everybody knows what to do if an emergency would happen.
You go to a CPR class and you don't realize that there's a lot of thought and a lot of resources that are used to make sure that we're all trained correctly in saving someone's life, not just on the football field, but it could be in a restaurant, it could be at a park, it could be anywhere.
When you give to Safe Sports, you give so much more than just that watchful eye on the sidelines for that day or that week or for that team. They're also buying a relationship that happens between the athletes and the athletic trainer, or the parents and the athletic trainer, or even the coaches and the athletic trainer. And that relationship means that that athlete is safer.
The trainers aren't just looking for someone that pulls a hamstring or someone that breaks an arm. They're looking at nutrition of the kids. They're watching these kids every day come in. Are they too tired all the time? Have they eaten?
You can tell if they didn't eat lunch that day, if they didn't eat breakfast. It's a whole body that you're looking at and not just a little bump or a bruise.
From the time I was 9 years old, meeting Coach Schubert to play football, until now, I've realized that relationships are some of the most important aspects of life. And the relationships you have with your coaches, your players, and the trainers and teachers, they all matter significantly.
This is the center right here. All right?
When I see Derek on the field now as a coach, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty cool to see somebody who has been through the Safe Sports Network and has benefited from care as an athlete and has gone out and been a really successful person in the community and has chosen to come and give back to the community that gave so much to him.
I'm here in Manchester as a coach because I really want to be involved with my community and the kids that are gonna help grow it in the future. When I feel like I help someone immediately, when I see that light bulb go off or they get it, it clicks, there's nothing better. I can't even explain it, to be honest with you. There's nothing better than just connecting with that person.
I remember when Safe Sports sent me a trainer. And trainers and head coaches tend to bang heads. What I learned, and I learned fast, even though I'm an old man, what I learned fast is they're the boss, and they were good bosses. They cared about kids, they took care of kids. I am so proud of donating to the Safe Sports Network because of the valuable work that they do and what they do for the community, what they did for Derek and a lot of other my football players that they put back on the field for me.
When talking to a donor about what it means for them to donate to Safe Sports, it's easy to tell them about the emergency action plans or our robust concussion management program or injury care that the athlete's getting. But what's hard to describe are those intangible things that the athlete is getting every single day. The things that are like support and encouragement and trust and trusting relationships that really set the athlete up for success on the field and then later in their life.
I'm incredibly grateful for the donors of Safe Sports. They've helped me from when I was 15 years old all the way to right now and in the future. They've done so much for me that I didn't even know that they were doing for me, to be very honest. And to now see it from an older perspective and be able to really understand the greater system of it, it's invaluable. You can't get rid of it. It's one of those things that needs to be here, for sure, for the safety of the players, but also just for the community in general.